Let's be real, making friends as an adult is one of the hardest things you could ever do, but it's always quality over quantity. And if you want to learn how to make the best friends that you could do life with, stay tuned. Hi, my name is Valerie, and if this is your first time stumbling on my channel, you're welcome. On this channel we discuss all things becoming the best version of yourself, and this especially happens in our Becoming Her series. Today we're going to be talking about how to get and attract and keep high value friendships as an adult, because adult friendships, I don't know why, but it is so difficult. It's easier to make friends as a child, as a teen, than to make friends as an adult. It's like once you graduate from university, making friends is not as easy as you think, and we're going to dive into it. And at the end of this video, you're going to be armed with everything you need to make friends and live a happy life. Have you ever wondered why it's very easy for some people to navigate friendships, relationships, situationships, in fact, and while some other people struggle with doing this? The truth is that when it comes to friendships, there are some do's and don'ts, and there's some tips and tricks, because no one has it all figured out. But if you're trying to make people know that you're available to build a relationship with them, there are a few things that you kind of need to do to let these people know that your space is open for them to come into. But you also want to make sure you're protecting your peace and not letting the wrong people in. On this channel, there is one thing that I always talk about whenever we talk about any Becoming Her or self-improvement video, and it is self-awareness. And self-awareness also plays a huge role in building friendships or navigating adult friendships. It's important that you know yourself well enough so that you're able to find or connect with people that have similar values, similar interests, or just like the same things that you like. Because when you find people that like the same things that you like, it's easier to bond and build on something when there is a mutual connection. Identifying what matters to you would help you know your boundaries, lets you know what you can take, what you cannot take, and what you expect from a friend or what you expect in different friendships. Self-awareness will also allow you know that friendships come in tiers. Everybody cannot be your bestie, everybody cannot be your best friend. So with self-awareness, you're able to know what tier every relationship in your life should fall into. And if you're not tiering or categorizing the relationships in your life, you have too many things calling for your attention at the same time, and that's not a good place to be. Now, when you're trying to do a little bit of self-awareness, just in case you don't know, there are 3 questions that you need to ask yourself. You need to ask yourself, the first one, based off my behaviors and the way that I am I fit to be a good friend to someone else? What do I want in a friend? What do I expect from my deep quality friendships? What are the things that are deal breakers for me, and what are the things that when someone does consistently, I can say this person is my friend? And the third one is, why do I really want friends? This why do I really want friends question is so important, because oftentimes you think that you're looking for your next bestie, but maybe you're just looking for someone to go to Pilates with and have drinks after and talk about wellness, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that has to be your best friend, but that's a relationship that you guys connect over something similar that you're both interested in. In addition to that, it's important to know what your friendship values and standards are. Are there traits that someone has that you do not want to interact with? Personally, for me, I don't really like being close to people who gossip, or who every time we have a conversation we're talking about someone else. Don't get me wrong, it's okay to gist with your friends here and there, but if there is this one person that is always making you talk about somebody else, that is not your business. I mean, except that's something that you're comfortable with, but someone who gossips a lot, it's very hard for us to be very, very close friends, because we do not have the same values and we don't align. The next thing you want to check out for is vibrational energies. And to be honest, when it comes to this, like, you don't want to be outgoing and giving and all of that, and then the person is on another level. It's always good for there to be a balance in every relationship. One person should not be doing more and the other person doing less. So for example, if you are making a new friend and you're trying, you're doing, you're giving, and then you notice that that person is not reciprocating. I've honestly been in a situation where there was someone that I thought that we were going to be really, really good friends, but I kept doing things that I would do for a really close friend, and I quickly noticed that I was not getting that same energy back. The person kind of categorized me in another tier of friendship, and I paid attention to that and quickly readjusted and began to relate with that person on that level. So make sure that you are paying attention to the energies when you're interacting with new people, especially as an adult. The next one that I know is a very important value for me as well is commitment to self-development. Now, all of your friends cannot be your self-development friends, but if you are a summary of the 5 people that you hang out with the most, and if the 5 people that you're hanging out with the most are not very great people, then what does that say about you? And don't get me wrong, this is not to say let go of all your friends and start looking for everybody who is about self-development. No, but then it's important for the people who are close to you, who you interact with every day, to be trying to do something small to become the best version of themselves, no matter how little it is. Say maybe your friend is trying to start a waste management business, and every day, today she's registering, she just has something that she's working on, that she's interested in, that is going well for her. Because when you're friends with those type of people, you'll notice that they don't dote entirely on you, so their entire focus will not be you, to the extent that you feel overwhelmed because you can't do other things or focus on other things, because this person just needs your undivided attention all the time. The most important thing here is make peace with having different friends for different things. It is so important. Everybody cannot be your sister, everybody cannot be your bestie, everybody cannot be your sister from another mother. Okay, another thing that needs to happen when you are interested in making adult friendships is stepping out of your comfort zone. I'm going to use myself as an example. It is hard to believe, but I am literally the most introverted person. I am so awkward in social situations. So oftentimes I go into spaces, and when I don't talk to people, people think that I'm being snobbish, but it's like I am still calibrating internally what to do in that situation that I find myself in. And I've been working on it, so I'm getting better. So now these days, if I meet someone that I think that we are going to be good friends, or this is a relationship that I want to have, I'm okay making the first step. I'm okay. I try to strike up a conversation. A really easy way to strike up conversations in social settings or events or whatnot, you can start by complimenting someone on their outfit or their hair. People love to talk about themselves, so you say, oh my god, that dress is so nice, where is it from? And she's like, oh, I got it from here. And then, I mean, that's kind of an open-ended question, but if you're a good conversationalist, after she answers where she gets it from, you can ask her a question like, oh, okay, what other stores do you like? Before you know what's happening, you're having a full-fledged conversation with this person, and you're also having small talk, but you're asking questions that is making you check boxes to see if you and this person actually align and can build a long-term friendship. Also, you have to be okay initiating. I said match vibrational energies, but in the beginning, somebody has to take that step to be like, okay, I want to be friends with you. So someone has to book the brunch, someone has to book the workout class, someone has to book the event, whatever it is, someone has to take the first step. So be okay going out of your comfort zone. You can try hobbies, you can go for things that you wouldn't typically go for, and when you go there and you go alone, try not to keep to yourself. You could start a conversation with the person who sits beside you. I've gone out and I've met people who we've had great conversations, but at the end of the night, I am like, I think it's great that I know you and you know me, but I don't see us talking every day for a really long time, and that's fine. But these are things that help you know when you're trying to build high value friendships. Also, I have a video that I actually filmed previously on high value friendships. I'm going to link it right here if you need to watch that and come back and watch this one. Yeah, we always discuss adult friendships from a you attract, but you have to know that sometimes things will not come to you on a platter, and you need to be okay taking the first step to make it happen. You gotta put in the work, girl. Now, another thing that is very important with building high value friendships, especially when you're building new relationships, is you need to be authentic and you need to be open. I want to say vulnerable, but it's not very easy to be vulnerable to someone that you've just met, so let's throw that out of the window. but you need to be authentic. You need to be true to yourself. So for example, if you meet someone and they have certain interests and you know deep down that those interests are not your interests, don't pretend that you're interested in that thing just so that you connect with that person, because eventually the truth is going to come out, and nobody wants to be friends with somebody that they find out that you started that relationship with a lie, basically, because you were trying to either social climb or whatever it is that they say people do these days. But you want to make sure that you're being authentic to what is important to you. If you're a Christian, don't hide that. If you're Muslim, don't hide that. If you're atheist, don't hide that. Like, just kind of show up as your true authentic self, so that the person who you're trying to be friends with looks at you and is like, okay, at least I know what she's about. Do I want her? Do I want to be friends with her? Do I want her in my life, or do I not want her in my life? But you give them all the information they need to make a decision, just because nobody wants to be caught unawares. Even me, I don't want to be caught unawares. So it's good that you kind of show up authentically so that people know who they're dealing with, especially when we're doing adult friendships. We're grown people. We are no longer teenagers who are unsure of what we like, and we're not kids either. So let's just all be honest with each other. Another thing that is very, very important when you're building adult friendships is, a lot of times we put so much effort into building romantic relationships, but the truth is that you kind of need to date your friends. That's something that I'm learning. You need to do things for them, show up for life moments, and when you cannot show up for life moments, do something that lets this person know that you actually care about them. And I know that a lot of times we have things going on in our life, but I mean, the excuse for when things are going on in your lives is when you've gotten to a comfortable place with someone, where you have a comfortable relationship with someone. So it's okay to falter here and there. But in new relationships, especially new relationships that you're interested in, it's important to show up to things that are important to that person, milestones. It's important to nurture that relationship. Some friends are high maintenance and some friends are low maintenance. So this is why when people show up as their authentic self, you can also fact check and ask yourself questions to know what each person requires. For example, I love deep, authentic, connecting friendships, but at the same time, I'm beginning to learn that because of the way that my life is now set up, I cannot offer deep, authentic, meaningful relationships to like 20 people. So I need to have a good mix. I know my high maintenance friends and I know my low maintenance friends, and I deal with each person accordingly, just so that everybody knows that I care about them. So when you are making new friends, you also want to make sure that you're paying attention to the high maintenance or the low maintenance friends, and know which works for you, like what you can deal with and what you cannot deal with, based off like the situations that you have in your life. So yeah, your friendships can only go as far as you nurture them. If you're not nurturing your friendships, you can't get closer, you can't build bonds, you can't have those deep, authentic sisterhood and connection that you're craving. You need to put in the effort, you need to put in the work if you are looking for that. And honestly, the last and final point is that if you want high value friends, you need to start off by being a high value friend to someone else. We cannot all be angels in everybody's story. There's somebody out there who's going to think of you as a villain no matter what you do, no matter how you come through, no matter what you shop with. There's something that you've done that is still wrong. But to win in adult relationships or friendships generally, it's not only about what we receive, it's also about what we give. So give out what you expect to receive, and give out what you expect to receive not only because you are expecting to receive that thing, because that's another problem. You give because that's who you are, and then you're not getting the same thing back, and then you get worried, you start feeling some type of way, all of that. Being a high value friend means embodying the qualities you already seek. So even if you meet maybe somebody who doesn't know how to be a high value friend, based off the way that you are, they begin to learn from you and they begin to know how to show up better for the people in their lives. So yeah, embody the qualities you seek in others: loyalty, honesty, support, showing up, whatever it is you want other people to do for you. start do it for them too, so that they see how you do things and then they know what you're about. So I hope you found this video super helpful. This was short, quick, straight to the point, kind of chatty, a little bit of storytelling, but I tried not to do too much. Let me know any other topics you'd really love me to talk about in the Becoming Her series, and don't forget, you just need to take one little step every day to become the best version of yourself and be a gorgeous woman that you're always proud of. Until next time, see you in my next video. Bye, loves. Breathe in some love.